how many people have heard of an EEM? This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You guys are missing out on one of the greatest products for your clients to add energy efficiency. And I'll talk very briefly about it, but we'll go into it. So I'm actually, there's a movement out there right now through LA County called the Energy Upgrade California program. It's all throughout the state. And so they're pushing energy efficiency. And I'm talking to the contractors. I'm doing a lot of training for the contractors here in Southern California. And I'm training them how to be involved in this program. And one of the things that I'm talking to them about is you guys. And I'm saying, hey, you guys are missing the boat out here because here's a group of people that deal with existing homes every single day. This is what they do. You need to touch base with these people because they need you and you need them. They just don't know it and you don't know it yet. And so I just want to make a quick advertisement. If after this talk you are interested in getting involved with some of the contractors that are doing this retrofit work for existing homes through Green, there is going to be a networking opportunity at a program called AltBuild, A-L-T-B-U-I-L-D, and it's in Santa Monica. I believe it's next week or 2 weeks from now. I think it's the 5th or 6th. You can look it up on Google, AltBuild. And at 3 o'clock, I believe it's Saturday. I may be off on the date. But you know what? I do have a flyer, and if anybody is interested in that, come and see me afterwards, and I'll talk to you about the flyer. I'll show you the dates. I have the exact dates. They're going to have a get-together at 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock for contractors, realtors, and raters. So I just want to let you know that. And that's a really nice place to go and find out some good information about Green. So, advancing the contractor-rater realtor model. Advancing the relationship. Well, here's the thing. I've already told you that there's a group of people out there that are doing this kind of work that can really help you out in touching base with your clients that are interested in green, especially green retrofits when they buy a new home. Well, they buy a new existing home. Programs, training, certification, green labels, that's part of the thing that we're going to just briefly cover today. Available rebate programs that are out there just to kind of show you what's going on, and the different financing programs. You heard about the 203K and the 203K Streamline. I want to tell you just a brief bit about the EEM, or Energy Efficient Mortgage. And Wells Fargo does offer this too, though. Most of the major banks do. They just don't know it. No, some of them do. Advancing the relationship. All right, so what's the opportunity for contractors, raters, and realtors? Well, here's the opportunity for realtors. You have an opportunity to help your clients make their homes energy efficient, or at least more energy efficient, and green. And there's a ton of money out there. All these contractors are trained in all these programs that are coming through this program. And they can be your fantastic source for green information. One of the things that we teach in the NAR Green class is we want you to be not the expert, right? Who needs to be the expert when you're the realtor? But you need to find, when your clients ask you questions on green and energy efficiency, do you have the information? Do you know the answer to what they're asking you? And more importantly, the answer should be yes, and hopefully it will be soon. But more importantly, do you also know where to get the answer? And do you know where to get the good answer, right? The real answer. There's tons of information out there on green and energy efficiency, but I will tell you that not all of it is good information. So you want to be careful. So where do you go? Where do you find the source? How do you become the source of the source? And so that's what you can do by having a team at your disposal who can help you with all these questions. What if you have a customer who wants to know about an energy audit? What do you tell them, right? Where do you go to find that? What about a customer that wants to add green features to their new home because they want their house to be green. They are good stewards of the environment, let's say, and it is important to them, but they fell in love with the house. It's got great curb appeal. This is the house they want to buy, but it's not green. Well, guess what? We can actually make it green. And we can make it green in a cost-effective way. And you can help them with that. So how can contractors and realtors make more money by helping their clients in doing this? Well, again, you're going to see that through the programs that are out there, there's actually, I want to be careful how I use the word, there's actually a rebate program for the realtors that bring clients into the program too. And we'll talk a little bit about that. How do contractors and raters and realtors come together? Well, meetings like I told you at AltBuild. You knowing that these people are out there, finding out how to get a hold of them, and actually arranging these meetings yourself. So if you're thinking about making this part of your business model, and this will open up a whole new business opportunity for you, being able to represent clients that are interested in green, or some of your listings that want to maybe get an edge on trying to sell their house versus the other houses on the block that may not be green. And believe it or not, it's affordable. We can actually make some of these homes relatively easy green and offer even credible certifications to go along with it that you can include in your advertising by them. And how do we increase more realtors in green labels? Well, very interestingly enough, what is a green home? All right? How do we tell a home is green? If somebody says, find me a green home, what are you going to do? Where are you going to go? We can look on the MLS, and certainly now they're starting to populate the fields for green on the MLS, but does that mean it's a green home? It could be just a home with green features. So you have to be very careful about how you represent that home. Exactly. So if you've got, I love solar panels. I saw a Solar City truck driving in today on the 10, right? And I think, I gotta say this because I say this all the time. And when people hear this, they go, that guy hates solar, right? So is solar green? Is it?
Yes.
It's almost what everybody identifies as green. When people hear solar, they think, oh, that's green. Well, that's part of the story. That's not the whole story. And I always tell my contractors, you're not allowed to touch solar or talk about solar until you earn solar. And I have a reason for saying that. And we'll talk maybe just a little more about that. But I have many, many clients that I've done retrofit work that have solar systems on their house, and they're paying very high energy bills. Why? Because they haven't done what they should have done to make the house energy efficient in the first place. Solar is just another way of getting power. It's a great way of getting power. And I'm a huge fan of solar, but only after we've done the things that we need to do in a home to make solar effective. And the reason solar is so expensive, people are trying to put huge arrays on their house, but guess what? If you do all this great work inside the house first to make your house more energy efficient, more healthy, more comfortable, you need a very small system to get you to a place where you might even be net zero, where you're actually making enough energy that you use. So that's why we recommend solar is the last thing we do. It's the first thing we talk about, it's the last thing we do. All right, so what do you think?
Wow.
Where's it? So when you guys drive by this house, right, what do you think? Well, you know what we think? You know what us contractors think? We go, oh man, I can make that house green. Yeah, that's a ton of money for me. I can fix that house up. And guess what? And this is obviously an extreme example, right? But I'm a firm believer, and I always laugh about this when I teach NAR green designation. I say, you show me a house and I'll find you a green feature in the house. I guarantee you I can find a green feature in that house. So every house has something that's actually green, believe it or not. If some of you in this room really enjoy this kind of idea about opening up your business model to incorporate this kind of an idea and maybe represent this kind of a client, or at least want to get enough education on what's going on out there, and you end up taking a course with me, whether it's the NAR Green course or one of the Building Green courses that we're offering, and it's usually a 2-day certification, you'll see what I mean about every house has something that's green. So I go into that a lot in depth. So I want you guys to know that we want you guys to be as educated almost as the contractors, so that you can speak intelligently with clients about what's really going on out there. So believe it or not, that house could be made green relatively cost effective. You wouldn't believe it to look at it, but you'd be shocked to see what we could actually do with it. Take a look at this. Has anybody seen this booklet? Anybody? Okay, this is the new disclosure booklet that's out. Right now, this law has been on the books. Look at that, California Civil Code 2079.10. That's been on the books in California for a long time. There was a book out prior, a disclosure book, that really you are required to give to your clients. Brokers are required to give this to their clients, but the DRE has never really enforced it, and the CEC, the California Energy Commission, hasn't really done anything about it because they needed certain systems in place. Now this booklet is out there, and it's even on CAR. You can download it off of CAR, pardon me, and you should be giving this to your client. We think that very soon it will be mandatory, just like a flood cert or an earthquake disclosure book, that you're going to have to give this book as well, and that's probably coming. And what does it say? It tells your clients, hey, there's a way to get an energy audit out there. You can know what the energy efficiency of your home is. So we think that a lot of realtors are going to get that question from their client. They're going to say, no, I'm not talking about, everybody take a deep breath, I'm not talking about point of sale energy audits or anything like that. Believe it or not, most of us in the green construction industry, we're very dead set against that too. There's a big discussion we can have about that for another time. But you'd be surprised. You would think that we'd be all over making energy audits a mandatory thing. It would help our business. No, not at all. We've seen it, how it's going to Nevada. It doesn't work. We don't want to do anything to derail what you guys are doing too. All right? We want to work together in this thing. We are not in favor of that, the vast majority of people. So I think I should say that. This doesn't have anything to do with that. This is just simply telling your clients there's a process out there where you can find out how energy efficient your home is. And then what we're thinking is the clients are going to come to you and go, oh, what's this book? Well, so how does that work? And then what are you going to say? I'm not really sure exactly, but let's read through the book. Well, we want to teach you what you can say so you can speak intelligently and you add more value to your clients. So real estate sellers and brokers must produce this and give this to their clients. It needs to be signed off by the seller and the buyer. HERS 2. What's HERS 2? HERS 2 is the reason this second book was created, and now that they're really kicking this off. Have you heard, has anybody heard of a HERS rater before? No. Okay. Well, those are the people that do energy audits, by and large. And that's what the state is sponsoring. And those are the people you guys need to know that are out there. That's what this book is going to be telling your clients about, that there's this group of people out there that do energy audits. And HERS 2 are the energy auditors. Stands for Home Energy Rating System. And I am a HERS rater, and that's what we do. We do energy audits to let people know how energy efficient that home is compared to a new Title 24 built home. And we give it a score. It's like giving it a score. So retrofits and green labels, well, what are those? Well, there's actually a label out there for an existing home. What is a label? A label is a piece of paper that says, this house is a green home. Now, it's not by Bob the contractor or something like that. This is from a credible green organization here in California called Build It Green. They're the only program in the country that certifies existing homes. And it is very credible. It's well respected throughout the state. When you put this label on a home, this is a great, great marketing tool. This tells people that this home has been certified by a third-party, independent, credible green agency. Have you heard of LEED for Homes? LEED? Okay, so LEED has done a great job marketing, and they're nationwide, in fact, they're worldwide. But LEED doesn't offer a certification for existing homes, only Build It Green. All right, so what kind of credentials can you guys go out and get that's going to help you speak to the clients on this green level or this energy efficiency level that they're going to want to know about? Well, there's Echo Broker designation, right? Some of you may, are there any Echo Brokers in the room? Anybody? No? You don't want to admit it? Okay. How about the NAR Green? Are there? Hey, I have some. Who did you take the class with? I'm curious. Was it me? No, it wasn't me. Okay. Never mind. Don't worry about that. All right. So that's fantastic. Did you like the class? Yes. Did you learn a lot? Yes. Are you using it? Huh? Some of it. Okay. Well, listen, guys. I'm very passionate about this thing, and you people, I'm very passionate about realtors. Right? I grew up around the real estate industry. My father sold real estate for 40 years. I remember watching my dad do cold calling from like 7 to 9 o'clock on the phone. You know, I wanted to go have him play basketball with me at the park, but he was busy with the phone book doing cold calling. So I've seen real estate. I've seen the good side of real estate. I've seen the bad side of real estate. You know what I mean? And I actually love real estate, and I really enjoyed the time that I spent doing real estate development. So, but I think you guys have a great opportunity, but I tell you what you have to do. You have to get educated, right? That's how you're going to make this thing work for you. And having a great designation, a certification, is a great, great start because you're going to learn fantastic information. And I'm biased. If you take it from me, I'm going to teach you information that you need to know, not information that you may want to know. And that's important because what you need to know is what's going on right here in Southern California that can help you put money in your pocket, help you represent your clients, and help you be proud of making that part of your business model. And that's a very, very important aspect. We have the Certified Green Real Estate Professional designation. This is brand new from Build It Green. You'll notice you see the little Build It Green logo on my slides. Well, I also train and teach for Build It Green. In fact, I was told I could do a little plug. This afternoon at 1:30 here, we're going to be offering a 4-day, we're going to be presenting a four-day. Sleep here. Why don't you bring your sleeping bags and you'll enjoy it. It's a 4-hour, pardon me, presentation on marketing and how green can work for you, selling green homes. And if you'd like to attend, you can see Albert and maybe come if you have the afternoon free. Yeah, right. Huh? If you have the afternoon free available today, I would encourage you to come. You're going to find out a little more information than you're going to find out right now. So basically, these are tailored for the CGREP, or the one for Build It Green. It's, again, I wrote the program, so I know about it. It's tailored for what you need to know here in California, specifically here in Southern California. Guess what? We are going to be offering this training throughout all of California, and here in LA, there may be partial scholarships available for people who want to take this training, right? We don't know exactly how it's all going to pan out yet, but stay tuned. And builditgreen.org would be your source for finding out what the cost would be if scholarships are available and if you want to take that designation. Okay, so here's the Energy Upgrade California slide. So guess what? There's a section just for you guys. There's a section just for realtors on how you can get involved in the Energy Upgrade California program and here in LA County. And essentially, there's all kinds of fields that information available to you on this website. It's energyupgradecalifornia.org, I believe. And but you could Google Energy Upgrade California and it'll be there. The other thing about this is it is a great point of contact for the contractors and the raters that are going to be involved in doing this energy upgrade work. What's great about this is there is gobs, and some of you may have seen the billboard, $4,500 rebate billboard on the 605 going towards the 210. Yeah, exactly. That's Energy Upgrade California. Your area is heavily represented in the first phase of this process. They identified some communities. Monterey Park was identified, Arcadia was identified. There's some areas here, I think Alhambra was identified too. This is Alhambra area too, right? Right down the street. San Gabriel. We're in San Gabriel, but I don't know San Gabriel. Diamond Bar, there's some cities, and they're close to you. And some of the areas that you may well represent in some of those places. But the point is, anyone who is a Southern California Edison customer, anyone who's a Southern California gas customer, can participate in the rebate money. So here's money you can offer your client in addition to the stuff that's out there that you might already be doing. California Association of Realtors. How many people know about the REAP program, the REAP program? Realtor Energy Audit Program? You know about it? Good. No. Okay. Well, here's what it is. If a client is represented by a California realtor, right, and I'm assuming, of course, that we are all in this room California realtors, you have the opportunity to get $250 back for your client on an energy audit. Now, the EEM, the Energy Efficient Mortgage, this was originally kind of the idea here, is that if people incorporate an energy efficient mortgage, that requires a HERS rater to come out and do an energy audit, right? Now, if that happens, CAR is going to give $250 towards that process. And you don't have to be involved in it, but they just need to know who you are, that you are representing that client. Now, you can also get an energy audit for your client after the sale, even if they're not doing an EEM. So if the client was represented by you, and they wanted to get an energy audit for their home to see what the energy efficiency is and how it compared to other homes, and some cost-effective things that they could do to make it better, you can offer that to them by getting them $250 back on that process. And that's through the Housing and Affordability Fund Office at CAO. All right? And you can see me if you have more questions about that. We can talk about it. But it's online at CAR, and you can look it up too. Here is the green label I was talking about, right? Now look what's going on just with green labeling. Now I didn't change that slide, but I want to tell you guys about this real quick. They're putting up $425,000 in the LA County area to promote the Green Point label or the Green Point rated home, which is an actual green home. And part of the reason that we're doing this is we're also working with the MLS, CRMLS, for example, and we're putting this information on green fields. Part of the reason that we're doing this, we want to populate this information into the MLS because We also want to promote green to the appraisal industry, right? And that's a separate class altogether, so don't ask me questions on that yet. But what we're trying to do, they realize that they need to come to the table because some of these green features are they're valuable, and we need to add value and increase the appraisal amount for homes that have green features. Part of it all starts with populating the MLS. So we're working hard to green the MLS around California, the different MLSs. Now, if you take a look at this, guess what we're doing? There's 4 homes that they're going to choose in LA County, 4 homes. And if you guys can learn more about this program, you want to represent tell your client about this, your client could be one of these homes. If they put a green point rated label on their home, and this is, believe me, this is not